Judgment Day has finally arrived for Eligio Bishop, aka Natureboy. But do you believe that the trial was fair? Do you believe that the defendant was able to defend himself as much as the prosecutors were able to defend the victims? I mean, if you really think about it, the prosecution was able to play audios and videos that the defense were unable to play. Does that make it fair? Is my question. I want to play this video that the wives decided to share today as evidence to show that the prosecution or the judge did not allow them to share their evidence. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this clip.
What happened that prompted you leaving Carbonation?
I'll tell you exactly what happened when I left Carbonation. Basically, he didn't hit me, but I was hit by Zoka, Eferu, and Sheba did push me and nudge me and was getting up in my face as well. The reason why this happened is because they felt as if I was being disrespectful to him by giving him a face. One of the reasons why I left is because y'all don't know, when he was trying to do the queen thing, there wasn't going to be a new queen. It was all an act. At first it wasn't. I'm thinking that I actually have a chance to like prove that, okay, well, I can definitely, take the queen thing and really do something positive with the cult. But nah, he was like, it was never going to be that way. He said that it's going to be Queen Malia, queen. She's going to remain the queen after the court thing, and I'm going to be her servant, meaning I'm going to be her caddy. I do everything for her, and for a day or two I was her servant, and I'm going to be her servant, and I'm going to kiss her feet in front of the whole world. And then I'm going to claim the name Sophia, because people was calling me Nateri again and forgot that I was renamed Sophia. So that was the plan. And I wasn't really always okay with it, but I tried to be okay with it because I tried to think of the bigger picture about how he's saying he's about to adorn Malia and make her the queen and show how a black woman should be treated and, make her the face of Carbonation. And I'm just like, all right, well, I can sacrifice, me really feeling like I could do it for her to take the shine. But in my heart, I didn't really feel like that's what I wanted to do, because he said, and you're going to be in the background. And when he said that, it triggered me, because I'm like, I'm not made to be in the background, yo. I know that about myself. I'm not made to be behind nobody. That and I shine really bright. He wanted me to dress her up every day, with the fashion that I got, all the clothes that I brought. He wanted me to do everything for her. Anything that she wanted, I was supposed to do for her. And when I really thought about it, after seeing that they didn't really respect me or cared for me at all, they just said, oh, you just bought the fashion, without even recognizing that that's not all I did. You know what I'm saying? I realized that they don't love me like I really love them, and I want to go. And so after some time of just sitting there, and everybody got up and left, and they told me just to sit there, I felt really excluded at that point. Like they didn't forgive me for anything I did. So at this point, I'm more hurt than angry, because I ain't had time for it. So I pack up my stuff and I'm looking for an Uber at this point. And I'm sad at this point. I'm real sad, because I really thought they liked me, and they didn't. They was just faking the whole time. I'm like, nah, I want to leave now. And he's like, okay, well, are you calling your Uber or whatever? I'm doing that right. I told them I'm doing that right now. And even Aya said, oh, stop being self-pity and just do the work. I'm like, nah, I don't want to be here no more. Like that shit is dead. It's done. I don't want to be here no more. Even though I truly in my heart I wanted to stay with the group and the family. Um, I call my Uber. I call up a friend. Actually, I text a friend, and she said that I can stay at her um, place or whatever, a studio, art studio for the night. So I got the Uber, and I started to make my exit. And the girls are snatching a charger, my nigga, a charger out of my hand, saying, "Oh, is that your charger? Did you came with this charger?" I said, "No, I didn't come with this one, but I came with a charger, and I can't find it because people have been using it. I don't know where it is at." So they snatched the charger out my hand. I'm like, "Did Baba G tell you to do this?" So I was gonna go upstairs to go to Baba G. Queen Malia comes out and tells me to go back downstairs. And I'm just like, Baba G would have never treated me like this. Y'all bitches just jealous. I'm just thinking that in my mind. Like, so I just started going at this point. I didn't make no problem. I ain't cause no issue. I ain't cussed them out. Nothing. I just said, I'm going. And I'm rolling my shit out the door at this point with my shoes off. And I'm getting to the car. And that's when they said, Baba G is calling you. God is calling you. Will you answer the call? So I go back inside. I go back inside to tell him bye. And I hug him and he says, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And that's when he started taking me into the other room. And I said, no, stop. Like, I really got to go at this point. Like, then my Uber's outside. So he takes me into the other room and I start crying in his arms. Because I don't know, I just was emotional. Everything was just like piling up on me. The Uber done left me, so I felt like I was trapped there again. And I was like, oh my God, like I just missed the Uber. Like, and he's telling me, I'm not gonna let you go. You know, you're my bitch. You're my property. I'm telling him like, you're gonna have to let me go. I'm telling him you're gonna have to let me go. He's like, you think I can't let you go? And at this point, I'm looking at him in the eyes, and me being dumb, I got manipulated back in. Literally, like I couldn't resist him in that moment. In that moment, I was really vulnerable, and he knew exactly what to say to me to help have me stay there with him. And yeah, we did make love in that moment. I didn't want to like resist him. I didn't want to like, because any of that, because it was just like, if I felt like if I was gonna resist him and I already done left the Uber done left, and my friend is calling me like back to back to back, asking me if I'm okay, and I'm just like being a stupid ass, like letting him manipulate me back into the situation and allowing him to have sex with me. So at this point, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm stupid as fuck because I'm a sucker for fucking love. Like, he knows exactly what to do to get me back. And at this point, in my mind, afterwards, I'm telling him I still want to go. And he's like, hurry up and get over that shit and let's go. Like, you wasting time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a shower. And he's like, okay. So he leaves the room. And while I'm in the shower, I'm texting my friend. I'm like, at this point, I'm going to have to sneak out because I was weak in that moment. I was weak, and he knows exactly what to say to, just get me back in. I missed my Uber. I missed my shot of going. So I'm going to have to just go. So I asked her for $11 for Uber to the nearest something somewhere, and that's what happened after that. I had to sneak out in the rising when everybody was sleeping, and I prayed to God that nobody woke up. The only person that was up was Zoka, and she was in the shower, so I took the opportunity to go because I knew that if I would have stayed, more humiliation, more embarrassment, more of what happened that night would have happened more if I stayed there. So that's the story.
Do you realize that what he did to you before you left was do you think that it was truly love making or making love to you, or do you feel that it was, that it was coercion, which is pretty much one step down from, you know, sexual abuse?
No, I know that it wasn't love because it just felt fake. It just felt like he was acting and just to keep me. Like I'm just some kind of trophy to keep and not, share with the world. It's just I'm just something to just collect dust on the shelf. And I felt stupid. I felt real dumb because I'm supposed to be this strong ass woman, but I fell right back into it, you know. So yeah, I know it wasn't real. I knew that he was like just having sex to me just to have sex with me so I can stay, thinking all I needed was dick, and that wasn't it. What I wanted was love, real genuine true love from him and the family, forgiveness, and I didn't even get that. So I just wanted to leave at that point. I just wanted to go.
Completely understandable. I just want to let the audience know that, guys, I did ask her earlier on in the interview if she was going to go to the authorities and file charges for the assault that the multiple assaults that have happened to her before she left, and she did say that she was addressing this on her own, and so we have to leave it in her hands and see what happens from there.
I would just watch videos, not believing what the hell I was seeing.
Yeah.
And another detective was familiar because I showed him these videos. He's like, he's been trying to get this Natureboy for a minute because of some things he's seen online. And then here you are. He is, I'm assuming he's an attorney. He's like a real good car salesman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the charisma. I mean, it's it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
He gets everybody with his charisma, like you said. Yeah. But so let me real quick go back. Mm-hmm. When you went back up to say goodbye, he pulled you into another room and he had sex. Mm-hmm. Was that consensual?
I don't know how to explain if it was consensual. Like,
is it something you wanted?
I just let it happen, if that makes sense.
Did you tell him no at any point?
Yeah. I told him like, no, I want to go, but he was just like, do you really want to go? And I start crying. So I don't really know how to explain that. At that point, I just let it happen because I don't know, giving him what he wants, if he leave me alone, and I can just figure out getting out,
Based on what you were telling me, it was something that you weren't wanting, correct?
Yeah, at the time, because I really wanted to go, and a part of me just gave it to him because I did, still care for him. In my mind, I'm calculating at this point. I'm like, okay, he has me in his arms. He's telling me, let's have sex. Da-da-da-da.
Did you ever tell him at some point no?
Yeah, I'm like, no. And he's like, do you really want to go? And I looked him in his eyes.
And I understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Is at some point you just relented and it happened.
Yeah.
But did you acknowledge the fact that you didn't want to be there, you didn't want this?
Yes, I did. And so that's what happened, and I just calculated how to move forward in the rising, getting out, sneaking out.
And you do want to prosecute?
I do.
I think we've got a pretty good case here. I mean, really, I do. But it all, for now, comes down to you. Mm-hmm. Because if you settle and prosecute, I mean, we've got nothing. Yeah. This guy needs to be jammed up. He needs to go.
I think he needs to put in a mental hospital so he can get help.
Well, they got that in prison.
Yeah, I want that.
Okay, but here's the thing, and I understand you still got feelings for him. Okay, and I get that, but he's not a good man.
I thought he used to be.
Well,
he might have used to be. It's one of those things.
He knew
the power.
What he was doing.
Yeah.
He's been knowing what he's doing. Okay, he's like probably, the biggest narcissist I think I can ever remember actually seeing.
Yeah.
And to thank your God, the guy is not a good man. You ever overhear them ever talk like, hey man, this guy's a fucking clown?
No, they never talk bad about him.
He sounds like he could probably go both ways.
Right.
Well, he needs to continue that in prison. I'm sorry, that guy's just not a good person, not a good human being. He don't need to be out here.
And I definitely want the best for him, but I just
he needs outside help.
Yeah, right.
But I tell this to a lot of people. You need to come first before him. Okay? I mean, you're wanting something good for a guy that's been bad.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to keep it real, that didn't sound too good. And I am not a fan of Natureboy Eligio Bishop. I am not a fan. But that did not sound good whatsoever. The courts did not allow that to be played. So what are your thoughts on that? The prosecution was able to play whatever they wanted, Eligio as his characters or whatnot. But when they wanted to defend Eligio, they couldn't play their videos showing and proving that he does have multiple personalities and characters. Is that fair? Let's be real here, guys. He must pay for the things that he's done. And trust and believe you me, I know all of the things he's done. Yes. But do you think that Natureboy should be doing life in prison for the charges at hand is the question. Either way, Natureboy will face the consequences of whatever the judge and the jury decide. There's nothing we can do at this point. But I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on what you just heard. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on whether Natureboy is just paying his karmic debt for all of the wrong he's done to everyone that has ever encountered him. Could this just be that? Could Neytiri have just been used as the vessel for him to receive this karma? That's my question.